Hi, this is Gary with MACMOST.com. Are messages using up a lot of space on your iPhone or Mac? Let me show you how you can tidy it up and keep it clean moving forward. MACMOST is brought to you thanks to a great group of more than 2,000 supporters. Go to MACMOST.com/Patreon. There, you could read more about it, join us, and get exclusive content and course discounts. So I've been getting a lot of questions lately about the Messages app taking up a lot of storage space. This usually happens not because you get a lot of messages, as text messages don't take up much space, but because you send and receive a lot of photos and videos, and these are all saved in your Messages database as well. For instance, here on the Mac, if you go to System Settings and then go to General and then go to Storage, you'll see Messages here, and you may find that might be one of your biggest items. It's not the case here on my demo account, but I've seen people report large numbers here. Likewise on the iPhone, if you go into Settings and then go to General there and then look at iPhone Storage, you may also see a large amount here for Messages. Furthermore, if you click on that and then look at what's taking up space, you may find that photos and videos are using a ton of storage space. Now looking at Messages on either device, you'll see all your conversations and you'll be able to look at a conversation and of course see the contents. So in this case, here's a conversation and you can see there are some pictures and videos here. And it could be that this conversation goes back years and has dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of photos that you've sent back and forth with this person. And these, of course, all take up space. Some may be compressed and only take up a few hundred K, while others may be the full resolution versions of photos that could be a couple megs in size. And it really adds up. And then, of course, videos could take up even more. Now, if you have this problem, dealing with it may take two steps. One is to deal with all of the photos and videos you have so far, and the other is to create good habits so this doesn't happen again moving forward. So the idea is basically any photos or videos that you want to save, that you want to keep, you should get out of the Photos app and then delete them from within the Photos app. If you don't want to save them, you just simply need to delete them. So it's pretty easy to do when you're looking at a conversation. For instance, here on the Mac, there's even a little download button here. And if I click that, it will ask if that photo should be saved to your Photos library. But you could also control click, two finger click, or right click on any image like this, and you have a variety of options. For instance, you could add it to the Photos library. You can simply copy it. And if you do that, you can paste it into a document. But more importantly, you can paste it in the Finder. So for instance, if you want to save it, but you don't want to add it to your Photos library because it's not a photo you took, you could go into a folder you've created in the Finder, and from here you can go and paste item, and that copied photo will now appear there. But you could also just drag and drop. So I could take this image right here, for instance, and drag it into the Finder like that, and you can see that also works. Also notice that when you bring up the context menu, you have the option to delete right here. So you could get rid of this after saving it, or if you don't want to save it, just get rid of it. Now there's another more convenient way to do this on the Mac, and that's while you're in a conversation, click the I button at the top right, and then scroll down and you'll see here a section called Photos. And here you can access all your photos. Now it turns out there's exactly 6 in this demo conversation here, but if there were more, you would see a Show More button, and then you would just be viewing photos. Here you can control click on these and get the Add to Photos library, Copy, a Share option, and Delete. You could also drag and drop from here, and you could also select multiple ones. So I can select this one, and I'm going to command click and select this one and this one. And now I can drag all 3 of these like that, or control click to delete them all. So this is an easier way to view your photos without having to scroll through all of the messages, a majority of which may be text. This will just focus on the photos and videos. Now I've got the same basic functionality in the Messages app on your iPhone and iPad. So for instance, I can go into this conversation here and I could see these photos. I could also click here at the top where you see the little icon or avatar, and then I can scroll down and you can see the same Photos section will show videos as well. There's a See All button just to go into this. You can tap and hold on one and you've got your Save, you've got Copy, you've got Share, you've got Delete. You could also select, and you could select multiple ones, and you've got a Delete button at the bottom right, but you also have a Save button which will just save it to your Photos app. So you could save them. So I can say save these 3 here, And then I could select them again. And then I could delete these if I want and get them out of messages. And just like with messages on the Mac, you can do this in the conversation itself. So here's a little Save to Photos button. You can tap and hold on a photo like this, and you've got options here. Now, another way to deal with them that could actually even be easier is on the Mac, go to System Settings, and then go to General. And then in here, go to Storage, click on the I button for Messages. And now you're going to see a list of media that's in Messages. And you could select one or Command click or Shift click to select multiple ones. Here you can easily delete these items. You can also, if you select one of these, show in Finder, and it'll actually go deep into your user library, into the database where the Messages app stores things and give you the file. So you can now take this and drag it elsewhere. So store it in a folder or drag it to the Photos app if you like. One of the big advantages to doing this is you can actually sort. You can see I've got it sorted by size here. So you can sort and get the largest ones out first. So if you just need to clear some space now and you want to deal with all of your photos later on, you can use this to see what the largest files are and get rid of those. On the iPhone and iPad, if you go into Settings and then General and then iPhone Storage and then in the Messages, you can go into one of these individual sections here like Photos, and you'll also see a list here sorted by size. If you go to Edit, you can select more than one and easily delete them. Or you can select one like this and you can view it, and you can tap here at the top and you could save to files, save to photos, or share like that. You could also use this button down here and you've got similar options. So you can deal with your existing photos and videos in the Messages apps on your iPhone and Mac, or you can deal with them in System Settings or Settings as well. Now you shouldn't have to deal with it separately on your Mac, iPhone, and iPad. You should be able to do it on one and it should sync with all the others, but you have to be using Messages in iCloud. So on the iPhone here, if you go to Settings and then go to your Apple ID and then you go to iCloud here, you want to go to Show All under Apps and look for Messages in iCloud. And if you have that turned on, then everything should be syncing between your devices. So you can choose one device, say your Mac, get rid of a bunch of the photos and videos, save them out, delete the rest, and then it should eventually sync with your iPhone. You don't have to do it again. On your Mac, you would also find this under Apple ID here, under iCloud, and then go to Show More Apps. And then here you'll see Messages in iCloud as well. Notice that you also have the option here for setting a time limit for keeping messages. I know there are people that want to keep their messages forever and others that want to get rid of them as soon as they've read them. Well, you've got this Keep Messages setting here, and you could set it to say 30 days or 1 year. So that way it would limit how much storage Messages is using. Now, once you've tidied everything up, how do you move forward without creating the same mess again over time? Well, the idea is to manage the photos and videos as they come in. So you get a message from somebody, you view the photo. If you feel you're done with it and you don't need to do anything with it, you can, right at that point, go ahead and delete it. Or if you feel you want to save it, like maybe somebody sent you a photo they took of you, you could add it to your photos library or save it some other way and then delete it. But the idea is to kind of keep up with things if your messages storage is important to you. You don't have to do it with every message as soon as it comes in. You could just do it periodically or when it's convenient. It's really up to you how you handle it. For some people, they just prefer to get a lot of local storage, a lot of iCloud storage, and just save everything. And if you want to do it that way, that's fine. But if you want to limit how much storage is used by messages, then you're going to have to work at it a little bit here and there. I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, click the thumbs up button below to let me know. I publish new tutorials each weekday. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out.